So I'm making my way to Dartmoor. So here we've got Tavistock, here we've got Princetown, and this road links them here. So I've got two walks planned, one north of the road and one south of the road. But this caravan park is where I'm at, and as you can see I'm a mile or so off the open access land. So to avoid going up the road, I'm going to explore these backcountry lanes here, get out onto open access land. The objective for today, guys, is to get to this point at Merivale, to this road, up to Little Miss Tor, Great Miss Tor, and then all the way up here to White Tor. Now when we look at White Tor, it's got a big old fort on it, so eager to have a look at that. My return will bring me down here to Roos Tor and the Staples, and depending on what time it is, I'm going to nip over here to Cox Tor before heading back to my van before the sun goes down. As per usual, highly ambitious, so it's about setting the bar high, and let's see how close I can get to it. At this rate, I'll have a job to get there. Stunned by the beauty. So, let's get some fresh air. Right, so at the top of this hill, the road wants to take you round to the right. But this is your turning here on the left. And it's a little bit overgrown. Clearly, it doesn't get used a lot. And this is the danger with these footpaths. If we don't keep using them, guys, we're going to lose them. Look at this. So overgrown. Oh dear. Oh, I see one of the tours through there, see? So there's a caravan park. Cox Tor. But I'm out now onto open access land. There's Clapper Bridge there. Cox Tor in the background. The staples up there. Now my plan is to finish on these fells, so I'm going to carry on down the road and head up Little Miss Tor. But that's a strange looking tor I'm looking at. I wish that I researched that. I'm going to see if I can make my way over to that. Well, there it is. But look at that. In case that's a bit dark for you to read, it says no public access and some serious barbed wire. Now, I'd have known that, I'd have stuck to the road, which is way up there now. But look, guys, Great Miss Tor, Little Miss Tor. So there's not a lot I can do about it. So I'm gonna have a second breakfast here. No, I'm not an hobbit, but I like that idea. Now I want to get up there for lunch, which gives me a couple of hours, maybe 3. I think that's King's Tor. The standing stone at the bottom here. Somebody right on top of King's Tor up there. See if we can zoom in on it. There he is, see? Back on track. It's going to follow the road round now. About half a mile the other side of that valley. Just through here, see? The Dartmoor Inn, Maryvale. Looks like Great Staple Tor behind, or Middle Tor. Quartz. A large piece of quartz. And of course, Maryvale is world famous for its stone walls, standing stones, settlements, hut circles, and all that jazz. She's awesome, guys. So 2 double stone rows. And they just go on and on and on. Ruse Tor, Great Staple, Middle Staple and Lower Staple, with a massive standing stone in front. Right, it's time for us to get up high now, guys. Right, so here we are on the road to Great Miss Tor over there. I'm going to be coming back down those later on. But right over there in the middle, we've got White Tor. That's the destination. One of the oldest prehistoric sites on Dartmoor, on White Tor. So let's crack on. I just want to take my time over these tours. What a beautiful day. I don't think you get this sort of weather on a regular in Dartmoor. So I'm counting my blessings today. It's a great missed tour. I've watched a bunch of wild camping videos from up here. Not that I've ever wild camped it. I've never been on here before. In fact, everything I'm doing today is the first time for me exploring. And it's what I love the most. But it seems familiar, because I've watched a bunch of people camp up here. It's pretty easy to access the road straight up here. I mean, look at this. Perfect camping spot, really. Look at the views. Oh, but I'm going to stop for some lunch here now. Oh. Cheers. But I'm just looking at White Tor over here. Over here. Looks a hell of a long way off that. But that's the destination, so I'm going to keep going. So them the fells we're going to return on. Having a fantastic day, guys. Fantastic. It's huge. The OS map is littered with these sort of settlements all the way down through this valley. And the thing that really intrigues me, White Tor has got the oldest settlement on Dartmoor. It's been excavated a bunch of times, there's all sorts been found. All these settlements are coming away from White Tor all the way down to Maryvale. But further down from Maryvale, you've got places like Drizzlecombe. What a fantastic part of Dartmoor. Right, so the interesting thing about this stone circle, interesting to me anyway, is that stone, and that stone, they've all been shot. But I've been doing a bit of research on it. That there is a bullet hole, and it's knocked the top off. but it's still a good circle. And just about there we've got a big old standing stone, and we're going to go and have a look at that because that's full of bullet holes as well. So let's make our way over there now. It's getting cold. Man, you, it is still February. What a belter. Look at that with great mist tour in background. So here he is, the old standing stone. And these are the bullet holes I was on about. Got one there, one there, down here, and up here we've got a couple as well. And just over there we've got another standing stone. And looking back to the stone circle and Great Mist Tor and our route home. We're going to head up White Tor now. So this is White Tor. And these rocks here are the remains of an ancient fort. And there's two walls. So as you can see, a second row there. And down here we've got a load more hut circles. Big old settlement this. So this tor was excavated in 1898 by the Dartmoor Explorers Committee, and they found a load of evidence of flint napping, which in their opinion dates it back to Neolithic times, because as you know, flint isn't found on Dartmoor. So they're sort of saying that White Tor was a trading centre back in Neolithic times. Now these cairns up here, there's a big question mark over whether they are cairns or whether they're just a stockpile of granite rock, you know, to fortify the wall. But like I said, they were excavated in 1898, the complete cairns were removed and nothing underneath, no cysts or anything. But they did find evidence of big fires under there. And like I was saying earlier on, this valley goes all the way down to Down Tor, Yellowmead and Drizzlecombe and beyond. You know, so while I'm here in Dartmoor, I intend to explore all these sites. I think they're all linked. An impenetrable fort. Just going to make my way down here now and then along the ridge, and hopefully we can get a bit of a sunset from over there. So that's White Tor. There's some history up here, guys. A lot of history. Oh, here comes the sun. That's what we want. Oh, we got a fire, man. Tour bagging is great. I'm loving it. And there's so many of these tours that I've never been on. So a few more trips to Dartmoor in the planning, I think. Something special about looking over the other side, isn't there? Look at the state of it, man. And this, my friends, is the final tour of today. So that's Cox Tour. The only one on the itinerary that I never got done. Got everything else done. But what a moment. Morning guys, and welcome to day 2. Okay, so tomorrow it'll be the same route up here onto the open access land to Maryvale and then down to King's Tor. Here we've got Foggington Quarries. There's a wild swimming place that I wouldn't mind having a look at. And this route here, guys, is the Dartmoor Way, which I'm going to use to get back home. So from Foggington Quarries down to Leiden Tor, Black Tor, and from there I've got options. I can either come across here to Sharpie Tor, Leather Tor, down through the woods and it down Tor, or skirt round here and have a look at a bit of history round here and do down Tor. This is the point where I'm going to have to get the map out and make decisions. Down here, guys, south of Tor, is such a fabulous area. You've got Drizzlecombe here, you know, you've got Yellowmead. You've got all sorts of historical places along here, but perhaps that is too far to walk. But I believe I can get to Down Tor. And this is my route home here. Back along the Dartmoor Way, all the way back home. So here I am, guys, back up Cox Tor. I couldn't let it slip. So I'm out for a day up early today, guys. You know, I climbed up that hill 2 hours earlier today than I did the other day, because I wanted to get Cox Tor in. We've got the trig point just up here, and I'm lucky enough to find a sheltered spot. It is blowing a hoolie today. Seriously windy. cruise tour. Greatness in the background. I'm going to get down out at wind and go make a coffee somewhere. So just making my way back through this settlement. These stone roads are extraordinary. I really don't know what to make of them. But yesterday I was researching a couple of other stone rolls that are 4 or 5 miles south of King's Tor. Drizzlecombe, there's 3 rolls there and 3 big standing stones at the end of them. And then you've got Down Tor. These fells are full of these standing stones. And there's a second one today I've seen with a T in it. I don't know what that's for. No bullet holes in these though, which is nice to see. Proper fluffy. Just looking for a decent crossing. I guess this will have to do. Bit of white tor there. That's why I wanted to do these fells today. I want to look back and see all the big fells. I mean, I'm not sure how much we're going to see once we get over back at King's Tor, but the views from here should do. King's Tor. And he's a belter. That windy sky. Are we going to get any clear blue sky today? Right, so we're going to have to say goodbye to that view because we're not going to see it when we head down here. Now I'm going to have to get the map out now. I'm going to make a coffee up here. I'm going to work out what all these tours are around here. Well, that wind seems to be easing a little bit, but I've found a lovely spot here and it's well sheltered. So I'm going to have a second breakfast. And no, I'm not an hobbit. But I like that idea. Nice. Like I said, it's going to be a looking back time video, this one. Dartmoor Way path is really good. Just been chatting to some cyclists. It's like a cycle track. It takes you right through the yards. And we're getting a bit of blue coming through. I've just come over the bridge. So I thought I'd nip down and have a look at it. There's a couple of these bridges knocking about. So these would have been for the quarry, obviously. So much infrastructure put in for stuff like that back in the day. That would have been the first stone they quarried. That seems odd, doesn't it? Just a bridge over the road. Right, so that's, I think that's Leet Tor. Let me check the map. No, it's not Leet, it's Leiden. How's that for a look back? Flippin' heck. So we've got Foggington Quarry, I think it's called Foggington. And behind that, just to the left of it, we've got the back end of King's Tor, and then everything we did the other day. Apart from Cock's Tor here, which we did this morning. Flippin' heck, isn't it? I want to get to Down Tor, which is over here. Down Tor's the other side of that wooded area, that forest. I don't know if you can see that, but that's Great Staple Tor, just behind the quarries. Man, I've covered some ground over the last couple of days. And I think what I might be doing is popping into Yelverton. Is it Yelverton? 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 The little village down there anyway. I'm going to stick it out, guys, until it goes dark. And then I'm going to pop into the village, get a taxi. So here we've got what's left of a giant burial cairn. Been absolutely plundered over the centuries. So there you go, Leiden Tor. I'm now down at Black Tor. And over here you've got Sharpies Tor, Leather Tor, Sheep's Tor. And just over back here, just down there, we've got Down Tor. So after Black Tor, I'm going to make my way up to Sheep's Tor, Leather Tor. And I'm hoping to drop down then. As you can see from Leather Tor, straight down into woods and round to Down Tor. Got a bit of bird song as well, guys. Loving it. What's left of a stone roll there, right next to an ancient wall. Black Tor, Leiden Tor, the quarries, King's Tor, Cock's Tor. Oh, and here I am on Sharpie Tor. Probably the biggest of the day, to be honest. But I want a closer look at that Leather Tor because that looks pretty spectacular. So let's crack on. Now I considered doing that one as well, but he ain't no tor, he's a hill. And I ain't here to do hills, I'm here to do tours. Alright. I know I did the quarry, which is an hill as well. But he was en route, and with the promise of a nice wild swimming spot, just to film, that's not something I do. My nerves couldn't take that. But I'm not here to do hills, guys. I'm here to do tours. Our first views of Burator. Down tour. Ah, he's flipping stunning. So the question now is, do I summit it? Do you think I should scramble up that one, guys? I'll tell you something, earlier on in day I wouldn't give it a thought, I'd just be straight up there. Of course, after the miles that I've covered, that's a different dimension, isn't it? I'm going to go and have a close look though. So I'm guessing the answer is yes. Oh. I'm just following my footsteps. And they're leading me up here, guys. Sharpie tour. And here we are on leather tour, which is incredible. There's lots of escape routes off this tour, but it's about the most exposure I've experienced on this walk, you know, because all tours are just what they are. Bird of prey, fabulous. Even after the mileage that I've covered, it's surprising what a rush of blood does. Gives you a boost of energy. You know, when you love something, you'll find that energy somewhere. Do you know, now as I've taken that the burden of walking back, now that I've taken that out of the picture, I feel so much better. It don't matter if it's dark down here, I can just make my way into the nearest village. They're all within a mile or so. I can see the dam. There's a dam over there. So I'm going to be walking over that after. And like I said, if it's dark at that point, ain't a worry. Right, so I'm going to make my way down now over this boulder field, down through the trees. And I can even see the path, guys, leading all the way to Down Tour. And then maybe, I'm not really sure where Drizzlecombe is from here. It's the other side of Sheep's Tor, it could be that ridge there. Once we get over that side, I'm going to get the map out again and see if we can spot Drizzlecombe, because it would be such a shame to come all this way and not pick Drizzlecombe up as well. Now that we're going for it, let's do it all. It's quite easy to navigate on Dartmoor on a clear day when you're out on the open fells. And when you're dropping down through a dense woodland, different story. Now I've reached a point now, there's paths going right and there's paths going left. I'm going to nip down here and there's a gate over there. It just makes sense to me to keep heading down. Whew. Right, we can see a bit through there. Do you know, I think If that is Black Tor above them trees, then I'm exactly where I should be. There's a little bit of guesswork going on here, guys. Like I said, if I keep heading downhill, I've got to get down to the level of the reservoir and then out the other side. Just like keep going. Now this is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to sit down here for 10 minutes, rest my legs, get my breath back, have a coffee and enjoy this river. Oh, how nice is it to be following a river, man? And that's the beauty of Dartmoor, it's diverse. And just like that, it becomes clear. Down Tor. And something tells me it's going to be my last tour. Got a bit of a twinge in my right knee. I'm alright going up, but coming down it's a stabber. Probably done too much. I mean, look at the state of this. There's the last of our blue sky. It's drifting away big time. And there's Sheep's Tor. Oh man, this is awesome. Down Tor, you beautiful babe. I'm loving it. Oh. So I may well call this video an epic tour bagging video. We'll see. Can't believe it, guys. Got a clear view of White Tor. We've also got the Staples and Great Mist Tor as well. Oh, can't believe I can see White Tor. Stunning. Let's crack on. Another absolute beauty. And the way my legs are feeling, guys, absolutely zero chance. The plan was to finish off up here and walk across these fells here and find Drizzlecombe, and then finish off up here on Sheep's Tor. So I intend to find the Stone Row, Down Tor Stone Row, which is only over this rise here, and I'm just going to backtrack because when I dropped down the hill from Leather Tor, there was a road there, and that'll take me right back to the dam, and I can get a taxi from just right there. So this place has been on my mind since I set out this morning. Could I get to this point? Oh man, look at the state of this. Like I was saying at Maryvale this morning, I don't know what to think. But up here we've got a huge circle, and here we've got a circle linked with a stone row and a massive burial cyst up there. Burial mounds everywhere. You can see here the grave robbers have been at the work, digging stuff out. So this is a cairn circle. Now I understand a cairn circle, you know, it's a burial tomb, a cyst, in the middle of a stone circle. A protective ring. Look at the size of this rascal. Oh, this is the best thing I've seen since I was up on Westmoreland with my grandson last year. So here we are at the other end. Oh, I hope we got the squaddies. There you go. What's the betting that was stood up at one time? Big old burial cairn. But it's remote sites like these that fascinate me, not your popular ones. I mean, just looking at all these settlements, you know, and all the sites of antiquity, these fells would have been full, absolutely full of people, tribes and tribes and tribes scattered about all over. You know, they made a massive impact on it, moving the stones, burning the trees, carving out the walkways, putting the standing stones in, stone circles and all that. You know, they say it was climate that killed the trees off here. I believe the settlers that were here, you know, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, just cut the trees down for fuel. Quicker than they can grow. As the tribes got bigger and bigger and bigger and the need for fire became more and more, the trees became less and less. And that was probably the reason why people left these fells. Couldn't grow anything anymore. But they didn't just leave the land, they left all the ceremonial centres as well. Flipping legs are killing me. But what joy! What joy! And look at them three there. Down tour, leather tour, sharpies tour. Over here, leaden tour. I can pretty much see the entire walk and I'm astounded. But like I said, when I set out over to do Great Mist the other morning, you know, it's about setting the bar high. And let's just see how far you can get to it. How close to that bar you can come. Yeah, I'm in touching distance. These fellas over here, Sheep's Tour, that's all that needs doing. But I've decided, guys, that this area is such a special area, I don't want to nip it up. I don't want to finish it off and move to another section. I'm going to come back and do another video here. And it'll be the tours around Burto. Head out over here, all this back section. Pick all these outliers up.